Trump just gave the worst possible answer on inflation numbers just now.
When you're negotiating with Iran, Mr. President, to what extent are Americans' financial situations motivating you to make a deal?
Not even a little bit. The only thing that matters when I'm talking about Iran, they can't have a nuclear weapon. I don't think about Americans' financial situation. I don't think about anybody. I think.
I mean, you got to appreciate the fact that he's honest, right? Thank you, Mr. President. Democrats need to clip it for ads. They won't. They know they wouldn't do anything different. Your call and his unrelenting honesty never fails. Again, worth pointing out, the only difference here really is honesty. The Democrats have the exact same view, and they're charged with the exact same responsibility over the economy. They know that the federal government exists only to make the line go up. They might try to administrate it a little bit more effectively or a little bit less, like, openly maliciously, but that's also their goal. I know people must be tired of hearing me repeat that over and over. I just want to make sure everyone understands that when Trump is out of office, almost nothing will change in this country. We're on a rapid downhill spiral that will not be even slightly interrupted by the election of the next president. I guarantee you this. Not even a little bit.
Consider it.
Senator, real quick, what do you make of Donald Trump saying that he doesn't think about the finances or the financial situation of the American people?
Did he say that?
Yeah.
I don't have a comment about that.
She's like, fuck, come on, man. Dude, this guy is making my job so hard. Yeah, I don't really want to talk about that. Just whatever.
Mostly because I think he actually does care.
Yeah, I'm not. Come on. Record inflation. Yep. Consumer prices climbed sharply again last month. Labor Department's Consumer Price Index rose 3.8% from April 2025, the biggest jump in 3 years, and up from 3.3% year-over-year gain in March. Look at that jump right there. That is a sharp rise. And oh, it's going to get worse. Ooh, baby. Buddy, when we run out of our reserves, whoo-hoo. Oh, man. I got 2 5-gallon cans today and 3 gallons of motor oil. Saw a guy from the auto industry say Shell and Mobil have no products, so empty shelves in 4 to 6 weeks for motor oil. Yep, I saw that tweet too. Or not just a tweet, but it's reporting. Our local American oil companies are saying there is no inventory on motor oil. So in 4 to 6 weeks, there will just be no motor oil at the store. So if you guys wanted to go ahead and get your motor oil, now'd be a good time. Go ahead and buy it, so even if you get your oil changed at the shop, you can just hand them what you want them to use. They should be fine with that. If they aren't, they're fucking rubes. Or not rubes, sorry, they're scammers. But yeah, we're going to be out. Just use olive oil. This is why the Greeks can't fix their economy. Keep totaling their cars. Grocery prices rose 0.7% from March to April. That's crazy, man. 0.7. That's almost 1% in 1 month. I mean, it doesn't seem like that much, but if you average out a 0.7% gain over time, over a year, over 5 years, you're talking about like a massive, massive increase. Yeah, coffee's super expensive right now. The talking heads are talking about it being just energy as though that doesn't have downstream effects. Yeah. I know people think I talk too apocalyptically, but I really do think that in a couple of years, you guys are going to look back on this with the prescience that people later credited me for when I pointed out that the Republicans had an eliminationist perspective on trans people. And oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Early on, I was one of the loudest adopters of the term transgenocide because I recognized that the rhetoric that Republicans were using didn't really make sense unless it was leading to a broader logic of social elimination, if not outright murderous elimination. And I believe I was proven correct in that. And in fairness, I have been given some credit. But it's worth pointing out that 4 years ago, when I was using that term, I got a ton of flack from the liberals who were like, you're overstating it. This is hyperbole. You're, so on and so forth. It's crazy to remember, but back like 5 or 6 years ago, even Republicans like Steven Crowder did not sound eliminationist in their rhetoric. Like Steven Crowder, I remember this, talked about trans people like they were lost and confused. Now when Republicans talk about trans people, they talk about them like they're all as much of child rapists as everyone in the White House is. You know what I mean? So I think that like if you think that I'm being hyperbolic about the economy, refill your popcorn and watch. You're going to love this next part. Or maybe I'm wrong. I can't predict the future. I'm taking best guesses. Oh, we'll go over the terrorism memorandum. Don't worry. Don't worry. A lot of these US numbers are heavily weighted for not showing large changes. Yeah. Like the way we calculate inflation doesn't often include like grocery, energy, or highly volatile prices, which they deliberately omit because they want to make inflation look really steady. Like I've said this before, the US federal government exists to produce consistent 3 to 4% year-over-year stock market gains. All of the numbers that the federal government likes to use are adjusted with that in mind. They give you fake numbers. It's the same reason why we use the same the definition for unemployment that we do, rather than like the greater unemployment. What is it? The below 4 versus 6? I forget the terminology. But like when it comes to inflation, unemployment, annual gains, like we've tweaked the scale on every number to always make investors as confident as possible. Yeah, U4 versus U6. It's the same reason we don't systematically measure underemployment the same way we do unemployment, even though they have comparable effects. Cumulative price increases over the last 5 years. Yes, sir. Man, coffee's gotten pricey. Ground beef. Well, I'm in favor of that. I was shocked to find out when comparing Canada versus US unemployment that Canada counts people as unemployed if they use passive job search methods, i.e. only looking at want ads, whereas the US requires active job searches to be considered unemployed. Yeah, America's metric for determining whether a person is unemployed is skewed to produce the lowest number possible because we want investors to always look like we produce fake numbers to make the economy look better than it is. It's the same reason why when you look at a CNN panel, people there will unironically, apparently in total sincerity, act like the stock market going up is good for the Americans' like family budget, like the average American benefits from it. Like it doesn't, and everyone knows that it doesn't. It takes no economic knowledge to know that. Like the line going up does not in any way enrich you right now, but they act like it is. They still act like it is. They did, but they consistently do, and they know they're lying. They're aware of the fact that they are lying to you. They just have to keep the grand illusion going up. The only reason the American government exists is to make the line go up. Everything else is secondary. We have a Pentagon so that we can enforce external power to allow the line to go up. We export culture so that we can get other countries to invest in our culture production machinery to make the line go up. We destroyed American manufacturing and moved it overseas to make the line go up. Literally nothing. There's no other reason. The government exists for no other reason. There's no other purpose, everything else is secondary. The only reason we had a Department of Education was because for a time it was considered necessary to make the line go up. But unfortunately, like 50% of people believe the line going up helps them. Yeah, because that's all the media says. That's it.